What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, friends and family? How y'all feel? Friday. Last Friday of the year. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Last Friday of the year. Yeah, I seen that Cowboy game. I seen what they did to Kansas City. It's wide open. Right now, Green Bay look good. I don't even know if the Lions are gonna make the playoffs. I don't know. Life is good. What's going on, family? What's up, y'all? How y'all feel? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, we always down. I mean, but that's no excuse. You can say, yeah, we down a few players. But that's no excuse. Everybody goes through injuries, all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you got to play through it. It's next man up. It's next man up. Next man up. You got to play through it. It's next man up. What up, friends? Missed the Chiefs games. Low-key thought they was going to win, to be honest. Man, Dak Prescott showed out. But I got a Pistons game tonight. So, Pistons about to make a little bit of a home stand run. I think we got a game Friday, Monday. And then like Wednesday or Thursday or Wednesday and Wednesday or whatever. You skipping December. What do you mean I'm skipping December? What does that mean, Onaka? What does that mean? A playback of the last Friday of the month. What do you mean? This is the last Friday of the month. Almost. I live in Kansas City. Cowboys fan cheering. It was mad. Who that? December is a wash for most people. December is a wash for most people. What do you mean? Oh, I meant to say last Friday of the month. I'm sorry. You're right. If I say last Friday of the year, that's my bad. You know I ain't missing. Last Friday of the month. Let me correct myself. Why do you say December is a wash for most people? Why do you say that? Tell me why y'all say December. Never mind, Anton. Chance, tell me why December is a wash. AD needs some rest. I'm well rested. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel great. Had a great live stream last night. Carrie is doing her thing. I feel incredible. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel great. I feel incredible. I look good. AD, you dropped the cheat code with last night after hours format. You changing the game. It was on point. You know what's so funny about that? I always have 1,000 different ideas. I just don't have the capacity to implement them. But now that I have other people like Carrie stepping into the role that she's stepping into and all of the different bag chasers and stuff like that, I am now able to continue to push forward. And so now, having people like that on my side is fun, man. It really is fun to see the growth and what we building and things that we doing, and we got new plans and new opportunities. I am, bro. I am already in 2026. I'm not even gonna cap. And you know what's so funny? People gonna copy the format. They gonna try to do what we do, but you can never do what we do. Most people are still stuck in the same place that I left them. Most people are still stuck in the same place that you left them. You know, and this is another thing that I need people to do. I need because I was wondering if all of y'all was going through Black Friday and all of that stuff. You seen I dropped your IG store? Yeah, I'll be paying attention to my bag chasers. Y'all not a part of the bag chasers, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Are y'all doing anything for Black Friday? Are y'all doing anything for Black Friday? Who got something popping for Black Friday? What y'all got up this weekend? What y'all got up today? Nah, I'm working. Nah, I work hard for my morning. Nah, no, not at all. Working. Yep, working. Okay, so I see everybody as a bag chaser. Jim, chilling with the pops. No, nope. I'm working Black Friday. I'm working all weekend. So everybody going to get that bag, huh? Nope, going to invest that cash. I wish more people was like us. I wish more people was like us. Because let me tell you what the play is for the rest of the year. All right. The play for the rest of the year, because I see y'all talking, y'all talk. The play for the rest of the year is this. We not even focused on 2025 no more. We're going to finish the year strong. And then we already planning and implementing things for 2026. So when we start to catch the wave on 2026, we already running. Somebody sent me a message. They sent me an email today. And they said, Anton, I'm going to unsubscribe from one of your channels because the only thing I see is you on my timeline. And I took that as a compliment. They said, Anton, you're dropping too much. I can't even breathe without seeing you on my timeline. I'm going to unsubscribe from you. And I was thinking to myself, plan implemented for 2025. Plan implemented for 2025. And let me tell you why. I gauged myself this year, going into this year, into 2024. I would say from August of 2024, I was gearing up for 2025. And one of the things that I was comparing myself against in 2024 is I was comparing myself against the big companies, News Nation, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, everything. I did, Sabrina. I said that was the goal. And I said, you know what? I went through and I studied them, right? And so if you go through and you study some of these platforms, here, I'll pull one up for you. Let's pull up CNN. Let's just use it as an example. All right. Oh, my. All right. So I'm going to share this with you guys and I want to show you something really quickly. All right. So if you go through and you look at CNN, who has 19 million subscribers, they have 177,000 videos. 177,000 videos, right? And if you go through 9 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 21 hours ago, 22 hours ago, 23 hours ago, right? 1 day ago, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. 11 1 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I messed that up. Look like 10. 10 2 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 3 days ago. 3 day ago's. 18 3 day ago's. So CNN operates with all of these different resources and all of these different anchors, and it's no different. So they got 177,000 videos, MSNBC. And remember, they got, like, it don't just be CNN, right? Like with Fox News, they got Fox News Now, Live with Fox News, Fox News After Dark, all of that stuff, right? I don't even know what this is. Is this MS Now? Is that what they operate as? It's MS Now? They changed,
torture,
rebranded,
and they listened, and then they spoke.
I guess that's MSNBC. They rebranded to MS Now. I'm assuming. That's pretty crazy. But they have 9 million subscribers, 106,000 videos, 22 hours, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago. And so they dropping back to 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 back, right? And I think to myself and I say, well, what makes me any different than them? What makes me any different than them? Why should they take up all of your timeline when I should be the one that should be giving you the quality content that you can choose from to actually have a real conversation with somebody? And so when I judge myself and when I gauge myself, I don't see people saying to CNN, hey, you work too hard. I don't see anybody saying to MSNBC, hey, y'all grinding too hard. Y'all got too many political pundits giving too many different videos and different opinions. I don't see anybody saying to Fox News, hey, y'all need to pare down some of y'all channels and not give you everything. So when you see Anton Daniels, the Millionaire Morning Show with Anton Daniels, when you see After Hours, Room 9, Darth Anton, what makes me any different than them? I don't see nobody telling them that they can't work 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And I agree with you, Jesse. One of the reasons why people feel as though they can say that to me is because I'm accessible. That's the only reason that they feel like they can say that to me, is that I'm accessible. So if you're telling me that the only thing that's limiting me from being successful and better than everybody else, because let's be clear, 2026, I'm catching everybody. All of your favorite podcasters, right? Because I already do more views than all of them. But your favorite podcasts, I'm not going to name them. No point, because I'm in the league by myself at this point. All of your favorite podcasters, a lot of your favorite platforms. It's only one or two that it may take me an additional couple years to catch, but I'm going to catch them all by myself. I'm going to catch them all by myself. You're only one man, and CNN is different people. We'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see. I am going to be everywhere and in all places at all times. If you're thinking that I can't continue to upgrade the quality of content. That's what I'm investing in now. All December is upgrades. It's upgrades in software, it's upgrades in hardware, it's upgrades in studios, it's upgrades. And so I'm just going to continue to expand the team. I'm gonna continue to expand the platforms. I'm gonna continue to grow. I'm gonna continue to put together better producers, better produce shows, everything. I'm not ever in any capacity, in one way or another, going to lower myself. Hey, do you enjoy being a rock star? Don't you? I love this shit. I love it. Think about it like this, bro. This is the stuff that we dreamed about when we were little kids. Sitting on the court side, building whole companies, building a media conglomerate, all of this stuff, right? This is the stuff that we dreamed about. Why would I stop? Why would I slow down? Huh? I don't even have to worry about nobody giving me a play. I don't have to go to nobody and say, "Hey man, can you put me on?" I put myself on. I don't have to beg nobody. I don't have to be on nobody's platform. I don't have to do none of that. I have no less than 16 different people scheduled trying to interview me right now. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to LA. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going down to Miami. I'm going to do the interviews and I'm interviewing. I've worked myself to the point to where everybody else now they have to recognize you because they reaching out to you. Hey, let me get an interview. Hey man, can you come on my platform? I want to do the live stream with you. I tell them, I said, I'm not doing no live streams. I'll come to your show. I'll come in person so you can feel my energy. Oh, okay, cool. When can we do it? So we scheduling that and we working it out. But my point is this, and I'm using myself as an example, but I always want to illustrate a point. You are only limited by your work ethic at this point. Technology has evolved. First of all, when the internet first came out, the internet was the level in the playing field. You no longer had to go through a major network. All you had to have was an internet connection and some game and some ingenuity. The whole reason why I went into software engineering in the first place was because I wanted to figure out how to create a better experience and then be able to put myself on. So if you're telling me that I'm only limited by my imagination, my work ethic, and how much I pour into myself, and I can work as long as I possibly can. Yesterday, I spent my whole time in the studio. I missed Thanksgiving dinner. Somebody had to bring me Thanksgiving dinner. You know why? Because I love this. I love what I do. I am not, man, I got so many different ideas. I almost thought about taking the Millionaire Morning Show over to Patreon completely and doing something completely different over here. Shout out to Lex. We just lazy, man. Honestly, we're lazy. We're literally the laziest people because we live in the greatest country and we have all of the technology. We have all of the infrastructure. We have all of our networks. We got each other. We got information at our fingertips. We got ChatGPT. We got Gemini. You can learn anything that you want to learn at any point that you want to do it. And you can go to school and you can work your regular job. And we are sitting here waiting on somebody to give us an opportunity. Why are we waiting on somebody to give us the opportunity when we right here? Anything you want to do, you want to learn how to build your business, you can do it. You want to learn how to work on cars, you can do it. You want to learn about real estate, you can do it. You want to tap into a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, get into the Patreon. You want to have conversations about making more money, you can do it. Anything that you can think of and dream of. Now, some of you may not just have the chops for it as far as the talent, but your talent may be elsewhere. Your talent may be here, or your talent may be there. But I just can't believe that y'all would let other people leave and come from out of these other countries and still making excuses why you can't build your own stuff. How? What do you mean? Everything that I've done, I did it through trial and error. I didn't know how to build a house until I built the house. And then I came back and I gave y'all the game on how I built the house.
Now I'm building multiple houses. I didn't know how to build a house until I built the house. I didn't know how to build a network until I built the network. I didn't know how to do software engineering until I went into software engineering. I didn't know anything about making it up to the C suite until I made it up to the C suite. I didn't know anything about working at the University of Michigan in information technology services until I worked at the University of Michigan and information technology services. I didn't know anything about anything until I did it. So what are we waiting on? Who are you waiting on to give you permission to do what you're supposed to be doing? Most of us are distracted by things that don't matter. Most of us are distracted by things that don't matter. Bruh, you spend all of this time scrolling and none of this time learning. You spend all of this time worried about what the hoes is doing instead of going to get your money. You spend all of this time playing video games and sleeping instead of going to get your money. You spend all of this time trying to talk about what other people ain't doing instead of doing something productive for yourself. We spend all of this time doing anything and everything that does not matter. And we get 24 hours in a day. 10 of it is locked down. 8 of it is for sleep. 1 hour is for working out now. Another hour is for self-care, whether that be taking care of your beard, get a massage, or, you know what I'm saying, shaving, whatever. The other 14 hours, okay, yep, I'm going to probably take out about 2 to 3, a day. I take about 2 to 3 hours a day to do whatever it is that I want to do, whether I'm going to go to a basketball game or go check on a property or go out to dinner or go out to eat. That leave me another 11, 12 hours. For 11 and 12 hours after I sleep, self-care, work out, and go on party, I got 11 hours. 11 hours to take over everything. So while everybody else is sleeping in, oh my God, I got PTO time today. What you waiting on? You got 12 hours a day. 12 hours a day to get it, to get everything. 12 hours, that's it. I recently updated my calendar. Changed my calendar around. I'm going to go to the game tonight. I'm going to be there for about 2.5 hours. Actually, I'm probably not even going to get there until about 7:30. The game started at 7. I'll probably walk in because I got to be fashionably late and I got to leave early too. I'm going to leave early, I never get caught up with the crowd. The rest of the time, I ain't got nothing to do except for go get it. Money by the ton. What are you talking about? Are you not the most, and you just type so much about so many things that's retarded. You must be like the dumbest person in the world. What are you talking about, Nigerian American? What does Nigerian, you aren't comparing the top 1% of Nigerian Americans to the top 1% of Black Americans. Black Americans are still killing them economically. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm talking about an individual assessment of how you are working and if you are being productive. Are you retarded? Oh, I'm talking to Sierra Henderson. I'm sorry. You know what? My bad. Why is this a Nigerian versus American thing? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what about just being productive and genuine in general, though? I don't get it. Let's get it. Let's go get it. What are we talking about? So that's my goal. I think that 2026 is going to be my biggest year ever. 2025 has already surpassed 2024 by a milestone. And y'all was sitting there celebrating me saying, yeah, man, I see you've been on Fox News multiple different times. They're talking about you on this program. You're going viral again, Anton. This is all in 2024. So I was like, pfft. I'm just, that's the leap. That, listen, I got your eyeballs now. Don't think for 1 second that I'm not going to capitalize off of that. I don't think for 1 second I'm not going to capitalize off of that. I think going into 2024, we were passing, was it 2023 or 2024? We were passing 100,000 subscribers at the exact same time for both this platform and the Anton Daniels platform. It was one of those years, whatever year. I don't remember what year I surpassed it. It's on my timeline. Let me see. I could probably put it. I don't know. It's on there somewhere. I had passed 100,000 on both this platform and the other platform. It was like whatever. And it was all from there. It was all from there. It was taken off from there. So I'm punishing some of you niggas because you don't want to get your life together. So I'm gonna be the father that you never had before. Your family was at the dinner table talking about AD like I don't know who that is. I'm so excited for next year, man. I got so many big plans. That was late 2022 AD. All right, shout out to you, 5 Mile. Well, we was at a combined 200 and something thousand then. Now we had a combined like 1.6, like 1.6 million right now, something like that. So 2026 is going to be awesome. It's not going to come without its obstacles and issues. And I will tell you that my own, somebody said a housing crash coming or no? For who? Ain't no housing crash. Ain't no housing crash coming. Ain't no such thing. This year has not been without its obstacles. We well over 1,000 people. All right, so I guess it's time to get started with the show. This year didn't come without its best obstacles. Kim and I says, "What's the best casino in Detroit, and where can I get some lobster?" I personally like MGM Grand. Let me see something. Let's see something. Let's see what we can do here. I think you're only going to be here for like one day. Give me 1 second. Let me see something real quick. Apply. Where you staying at though, Kim? I need to know where she's staying at. Awesome, go win money. No, don't play. Don't play. Don't play there. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you go and do it. Don't do it. You staying downtown? Oh man, hold on. Let me see something. This girl got me working. I'm supposed to be doing the show.
Please leave your message for.
Text them. I'm surprised I ain't got that saved on my phone. All right. Anyways, we'll see what we can do. Anyways, yeah, man. So let's get to it. Kimmy needs to go take a nap. Yes, she does. She definitely does need to take a nap. Kimmy, go get you a nap, and you need to give me some more lead time when you coming in, so I can make sure that we curate an experience for you. You know what I'm saying? Kimmy always hitting me with the day before, or the same day. AD, you know, I'm saying, Kim, what's going on? What's going on? Hello? Huh? I just texted my host to see what's going on. All right. All right, I got you. I'm gonna call you as soon as he called me back. All right, bye. All righty then, lads. It's Friday. Go to Zuzu. No. Too much going on at Zuzu. Anyways, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. All right, let's get into it. Let me acknowledge some of the cash apps. Then we're gonna get to the super chats. All right, I timed you out a few times. You're still disrespectful. So we're gonna go ahead and put that to rest. Good luck and God bless you, big dog. Shout out to Spencer Campbell. I appreciate you, Spencer Campbell. Thank you for holding me down on Cash App. Mike that dude. What up to Mike that dude? What's going on? I appreciate you, Mike that dude. Rand Wilson. Did you hear about the coworker attack with the hammer in Minnesota? I have not heard about that. I have not heard about that. All right. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm all positive energy going forward. I'm all positive energy. I don't even acknowledge it. I'm in such a good mood. My skin is so clear. My lips is gorgeous. My teeth is pretty. See that? See how gorgeous I am? I might get some more. I might get some more stuff done. I might get some cosmetic surgery. AR is back, says paid off all my credit card debt yesterday. Shout out to the bag chasers. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description. Chance Talks Business says, I'm saying most average people will shut down in December. They will push everything off until next year. Oh, that's when we ramp up. Nola Grizz says, saw your clip the other day about trade professions and not going to college. I'm 41, a shipping captain / pilot out of New Orleans. The maritime academies and commercial selling are very lucrative. Wow. Tired and short-handed. We got a ton of opportunity. We just all think that we need to do the same thing, Nola Grizz. You know what I'm saying? Go get that bag. Shout out to you, bro. Bonjour says, hello, Mr. Daniels. Today is my father's 49th birthday and just wanted to give praise to him as his beloved daughter. Happy birthday to your father, Bonk. Ain't nothing like having a great father. Nothing like having a great father, man. Cherish him. Brian, the filmmaker, says, I think everyone on After Hours might need a show of their own on Room 9 along with After Hours like Molly and Slimmy Show, Q and Kim. I'd want... I don't know. I don't know if anybody want to do all of that much. Love you, AD. Just made it home safe. Good night and good afternoon. Get some rest, Lex. Glad you got home safe. Would you ever do Fresh and Fit again? Yeah, I like Fresh. And I like Myron. I like Fresh and Myron. They dope. Really, really cool. We stay in touch. Doomsday says, I'm sorry, Crimson says, greetings and good day, AD. That's the main benefits of capitalism. You have full autonomy to build, grow, and expand utmost capacity. You great. Thank you, love. You great too. I love my Crimson. Try Life says, any advice on the IT field still starting out? Go into anything AI related or cloud. Cloud AI, even cybersecurity, all of that is cool. And y'all can also think outside of the box. Y'all don't only have to go into information technology and stuff like that. All right. Yakar, we might need to put Nola Grizz information or what he's saying inside of the Discord, because that's good information. Might have to put him on the Discord. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff that we can navigate through. Let's start here.
And topping our news tonight, an East Alabama teen convicted as an accomplice to murder, learning his fate today in a Russell County courtroom. Emotional pleas from the parents on both sides of this case before the judge rendered his final ruling for 18-year-old Jadarius Snipes. But it was his mother who ended up in handcuffs during this proceeding. Newsletter 9's Alexis Thornton joins us live from our newsroom after being at that sentencing hearing. So, Alexis, tell us more about this courtroom drama today.
Well, Jason, two fathers stood before the judge today with completely different pleas. Snipes' father begged for mercy for his son, while the victim's father demanded justice with the maximum sentence. But tensions escalated when Snipes' mother was handcuffed before the judge sentenced him to 45 years in prison.
I want you to see this because I lucked out because of the fact that I didn't want to hear them saying stuff.
Jadarius Snipes' mother, Mary Herbert, left the courtroom after an investigator spoke to the court, referencing a social media picture the morning after the killing of Brian Bowles. The investigator says the photo showed Snipes with a gun and throwing gang signs with younger boys, influencing them when officials say they should have been in school.
I'm entitled to be angry.
I want you to see this because I lucked out because of the fact that I didn't want to hear them saying stuff.
Jadarius Snipes' mother, Mary Herbert, left the courtroom after an investigator spoke to the court, referencing a social media picture the morning after the killing of Brian Bowles. The investigator says the photo showed Snipes with a gun and throwing gang signs with younger boys, influencing them when officials say they should have been in school.
I'm entitled to be angry. I'm entitled to be pissed off. I'm entitled to walk away when I don't want to hear BS.
The judge ordered deputies to place her in handcuffs after she refused to come back inside the hearing.
So for anybody to try to condemn me or force me to listen and tell me I wanted you to be there for your son, no, you wanted me to listen to y'all lies. Because if you was actually there for my son in a judicial way, you would have never allowed none of this stuff to happen.
Wait a minute. What? What? So wait a minute. When did it become the court, society, taxpayers, anybody's responsibility to be there for your son? That's your son. That's your son. So wait a minute. Your son participated in and was an accomplice to murder. You getting pissed because they holding your son accountable. What we talking about? So wait a minute. Because see, if she was on the other end, right? Let's say that she was the victim's mother. I would be able to say, yeah, you know what? She just emotional. She crashing out because her kid got killed, all of that stuff. But you crashing out. Look, he not even tripping. He not tripping. He feeling comfortable. Apparently, he got some friends in prison. All of that, right? He not tripping. He's slow motion. He's spinning in a chair like this. Hey, dude is doing this. Doing this. Dog is in the chair spinning around. He's spinning. He chilling. He having a good old time. She crashing out because they now holding her accountable. He's spinning in the chair doing onesies. And she over there getting mad. Ma'am. Your son is doing spin arounds in the chair and you sitting there talking big dog stuff. That's what her son looked like he doing. He ain't tripping. He just having a good old time. Yo, listen, y'all. We have to, seriously. And I know y'all think it's a joke, but it's a real thing. We got to get rid of these single parent households, bro. Single parent households. And I know you don't want to talk about it because you feel as though your mama that was on Section 8, because your mother that was on Section 8 raised you without any kind of problems and you don't think that you got trauma, but you do. That's why you keep being an evil motherfucker in real life. You ain't never been able to hold down a job. You got a couple different baby mamas. You hate the hoes, and you attack anybody else that's successful. Oh man, but I'm straight, and I didn't have a father in my life. That's why you fucked up. That's why you toe up. That's why you toe down. That's why you so dusty. That's why you in debt. That's why you got so many student loans. That's why you just out here looking like a crash dummy. We got to stop this too. We got to stop people from coming in and saying, I ain't had no father in my life, and I turned out okay. You didn't. You didn't turn out, bro. You didn't turn out okay. It's not okay. It's hard enough. It's hard enough when you got two parents. It's hard enough when you got two parents that are working feverishly inside of the household. I don't acknowledge that dusty mindset. I don't project death on people, so I don't even acknowledge that. It's hard enough when you got two parents in the same household that are working feverishly to ensure that you are what you're supposed to be. Imagine the daycares and latchkey raising your kids, and this dude running around on Instagram. This dude is running around on Instagram and he's gloating after killing somebody. He not even hiding. Gloating after killing somebody, and he's not even hiding. Right, Eric D. It's hard. I'm on my daughter all the time. And when I say I'm getting on her, I'm not talking about like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. But I'm integrated in her as a 17-year-old. I'm still integrated in her life. Bro, you have to be in your kid's life like heavily until they're at least 30. We got to throw away this 18 age too. This 18 age, yeah, we can keep it as far as their ability to join the military or whatever. We have to be in our bro. When you have a child, as a person with a 17-year-old, when you have a child, you have to stay vigilant in their life, and you have to look at them as a child all the way up until they're almost 30 years old. 30 is the new 18. 30 is the new 18. They need to be up under you. They need to be learning. They need to be changing. They need to be evolving. That's why you see a lot of people. What I've been seeing a trend of now is I've been seeing a lot of people, a lot of white women, mostly white women. I've been seeing a lot of white women saying, yeah, when I was graduating high school, my family was pretty conservative. And my father, it was a girl. And I always reference this because it stuck with me. And it helped me to realize how much more involved I need to be in my daughter's life and that she's not old enough to do anything on her own yet. And the white girl said, and my father told me, I can go to any college I want as long as I didn't give over and started to become liberal. And then she said, and that's exactly what I did. Now she says she's now estranged. I wish I could find it. She says she's now estranged from her parents because he won't come over and change and become different. And I did a reaction video to it a long time ago, like back during the election time. I wish I could find it. But it's because your brain still isn't fully developed and you're still impressionable. Your brain is not fully developed and you are still impressionable. And so when I see people and they kid went off to college and they wasn't ready to step out on their own, the way I see it, because y'all be like, oh, no, you restricting their freedoms. Facts. Facts. You got the rest of your life to be on your own and do what you want to do. For your years, as long as your brain scientifically is still developing, it's over. It's over. As long as your brain is still developing, I believe that you should still be very, very, very much integrated into your children's life. I can't even find it right now. I don't even know what to type to find it. But it's crazy. And she admitted it. And she was just like, yo, my father, the one thing that he said is that you don't switch over and don't become a raging liberal. And that's exactly what she did. And I bet you her father is kicking himself in the face because for 18 years, he put everything he could into that girl. And here's the thing. I got to find this video. She wanted to becoming gay. She wanted to become a liberal. And then she wound up estranging herself from her family and saying, why won't you come over this way? And why won't you vote for Kamala Harris? Crazy, 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 crazy. I wish I could find it. I wish I could find it. Let me play the rest of this video.
There for my son in a judicial way, you would have never allowed none of this stuff to happen.
She is just making excuses for her son and for his actions and not taking responsibility, and he doesn't either.
Snipes was sentenced to 45 years for felony murder and 20 years for robbing Douglas Rutledge before Bowles was shot in the Synovus Bank parking lot on 13th Street in Phoenix City in December 2023. Rutledge also took the stand addressing Snipes, saying, quote, I pray that you find peace. I love you and I forgive you. Rutledge called Snipes his nephew, just knowing him from the community.
He'll be eligible for parole at some point. I don't know when. The family and our office will be notified on any future parole dates. And as far as I'm concerned, we will begin objecting as soon as the parole dates come up.
And Snipes' mother says he will appeal in 42 days. The 15-year-old who pulled the trigger, killing Bowles, is serving time in a juvenile detention center, but due to his age, his sentence is sealed. CSU students also made a video tribute to Bowles that played in court today. Reporting in the newsroom, Alexis Thornton, WTVM News.
Spending the rest of his life in jail. 45 and a 20-year prison sentence. And I don't even think that they run it concurrently. Oh. So messed up, bro. So messed up. Is this the one? Is this the one? I don't think this is the one. I think this is the one. Because I reacted to it.
Because of Trump mostly. But it started way earlier than that. In 2009, I went to college, and one of the first things that he said to me was just don't become a liberal, because I was raised, in an evangelical home, extremely conservative, big on GUNs, like all of that. And of course, I went to school, and that was like exactly what I did.
That's exactly what she did. His only requirement as a parent, his only requirement as a parent
or seen my dad in like 6 years because of Trump mostly. But it started way earlier than that. In 2009, I went to college, and one of the first things that he said to me was just don't become a liberal, because I was raised, in an evangelical home, extremely conservative, big on GUNs, like all of that. And of course, I went to school, and that was like exactly what I did. And
then now she got the septum nose ring, and she's gay. How do I know she's gay? How do I know she's gay? Because I think that she has said it in a different video.
I haven't spoken to or seen my dad in like.
There are increasing cracks.
I haven't spoken to or seen my dad in like.
There are increasing.
A question about this tragic.
I haven't spoken to or seen my dad in like 6 years because of Trump mostly. But it started.
There are increasing cracks in Trump.
I haven't spoken to or seen my.
I
haven't spoken to or seen my dad in like 6 years because of Trump mostly. But it started way earlier than that. In 2009, I went to college, and one of the first things that he said to me was just don't become a liberal, because I was raised, in an evangelical home, extremely conservative, big on GUNs, like all of that. And of course, I went to school, and that was like exactly what I did. And, then the 2012 election came around, and I voted for Obama, and that was when we really like started to butt heads. And then the 2016 election happened, and one of my sisters and I got on a conference call with him and literally begged him for hours to change his mind and not vote for Trump. And we begged him for like 8 years, probably, like starting before the 2020 or the 2012 election, and then continuing through the 2016 election, and like 3 years beyond that, just begging him to learn and grow. And he just refused. And my mom followed suit. One of our other sisters followed suit. And now none of our family really speaks. And sometimes I'm curious, like, if he did change. So I go look at his Facebook, and it's just, I mean, like those typical boomer memes that are like super anti-liberal and like anti-progressive. And I'm marrying a woman, I don't even know if they know that. But today, this Supreme Court ruling about the LA racial pro.
Did y'all hear what she said? She's marrying a woman. I don't even know if they know that. She went off to college and became a monster. She turned into, when I be citing this stuff, I don't cite it just because I'm talking. I'm citing it because this is the stuff that I've been seeing regularly, and I remember it, and it sears into my brain, and that's how I'm able to have some of these conversations. Bro, you're not even fully developed until you turn at least 30 years old. I'm convinced of it, bro. This has to be a man's worst possible nightmare. When I was having a kid, right? When Rita was pregnant, and I knew that she was pregnant, it didn't matter if it was a girl or a boy, right? My prayer to God, and this is why, I stayed as far as like not having another place or not having a studio, and I worked from home, and I said that I was going to work from home the entire time. And the reason for that is because my worst nightmare wasn't her being for the streets or him being out here in the streets or nothing like that. Wasn't drugs, wasn't guns, wasn't none of that. Worst nightmare, I think, for any man, especially if you have a son. Worst nightmare for any man. I don't care what you say, how you say it, how you frame it. Worst nightmare for any man that has a son is if you turn gay. Worst nightmare for any man if you have a daughter is not even if she for the streets, but if she turns liberal. Because if she turns liberal, chances are she gonna already be for the streets. I'm telling y'all, ladies, when y'all turn y'all son sassy, when y'all let him play with dolls, when you let him ruin his life and stuff, that is a man's worst nightmare. I'm pretty sure that Ghostface Killer probably is rolling in his wake up miserable every day. If you Magic Johnson, you got to wake up miserable every day. If you Dwayne Wade, and these are just the people that we know visibly, you have to wake up miserable every day, because never in 1,000 years can you see somebody that looks exactly like you, has your genetic makeup, is as tall as you, probably has some of the similar skill sets as you, and they want to be a girl. Oh my God, bro, I would rather not have children than have to love that unconditionally. Everybody keep getting mad at Brian McKnight. Oh, you got to love your kids unconditionally. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't have to do nothing. All I got to do is stay black and die. That's all I got to do. And they sit there and they act like they pretending like they cool and everything is awesome and stuff. I don't believe it, bro. Ain't no way in the world you're going to sit here and sell me on the idea that they happy with how that turned out. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. You'll never ever sell me on that idea. And so with these children, and she talking about, we got on the phone and we begged him. He the one that's right. You the wrong one. Now she's marrying the girl.
Filing with immigration just got to me. I mean, it all fucking gets to me, but this got to me because it's like, this is the shit that my family supports and does and believes in. And it's just like, how I mean, obviously, I know that white supremacy is a long-rooted issue, but it's just like.
And then you know what the funniest part about liberal women that turn, that's white women. They talk like they not white. They talk like they are another being, like because they're gay or because they're a woman or because they're liberal, that is not applicable to them. They talk like they not white. They be having conversations with you like they not white, like they you. That is the funniest part about it. Bro, they be walking around, and I remember I was talking to one of them protests, whatever, that was at Wayne State down here in downtown Detroit. And she was talking to me like I was the ops. And I told that hoe, I said, you do realize that you pale white, like you are from the mountain Caucasus. You are like you polar bear white. Like you so white that, and I love my white people. Shout out to my snow bunny and my snow hairs. Y'all know that I don't rock with people outside of what the content of their character is. But I was telling her, I said, bro, you like white. Like you getting the tan in bed turn into a rubber tire white. You white. Don't you got something better to do? Don't you got a country that you can go take over, or a husband that you can go break up from and get child support from? Don't you have, some tater tots to go serve at the local elementary school? Don't you have like some gardening to do? What do older white people do? What does older white people do? Older white people are supposed to do older white people things. Don't you have some Asians to go yell at to get off your grass? Don't you have some leaves to go pick up or an association to go man? Don't you have a condo, a HOA board to go complain to? What are you doing out here? What are you doing? You don't have nobody else. You don't have nothing else to do but to sit here and pretend like you not you. You don't have nothing else to do. You don't have no meth to go cook up. You don't have no Fenty to go bother. You don't have no protest that ensures that no data centers get put inside of Michigan and taking up the water. You don't have nothing else to do. All of the things that we imagine white women aging to do is the things that you should be doing, and you ain't did none of that. You ain't got no malls to go walk around early in the morning right when they open. You don't got no Skechers to go buy. You don't got no Skechers. They ran out of Skechers at the mall because I know they got a new shipment of Skechers. You ain't got no Arches to go fill. You don't have no Chinese food to go buy on the holidays because you want to go act like you're supporting the people. You don't have none of that to do. You don't got no flower beds to go fuck up. You ain't got no black men to go get some cock from because you want to get blacked. You don't have none of that to do. Nothing. No nursing homes to protest against. You don't have nothing to do. Okay, so you just going to come down here to downtown Detroit in our home, and then you're going to come and bother us with your rainbow flags. No, you're right. No coffee shops to go hang out at so that you could talk about your latest conquests. Nothing. No cat food to go buy. Oh, they wear hokas now. All right, I got you. That's all I'm asking. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all talk like you're not white. Like you're not a white woman. What are you talking about? And that white supremacy, that's a whole nother thing. Who are you looking to convince? Who are you looking to convince? Me? Worst nightmare ever right here.
How is this?
Of all of the videos that I've ever reacted, and I've reacted to thousands of videos, and I mean thousands, this one stuck in my head.
The world. I don't know. I guess I don't have a point, but just how?
You're just out. You're
I
just
haven't
out.
spoken to or seen my dad in like 6 years because of Trump mostly. But it started way earlier than that. In 2009, I went to college.
I never thought in a million years that I would be sitting here advocating for white fathers. When I grew up, before I knew that I was ever going to be rich, I never thought in a million years that I would be sitting here counting $5 bills. Got to keep some tip money because I'm going out of town tomorrow. Counting $5 bills. That's my new currency. I only walk with fives, baby. Five. Counting $5 bills, defending white fathers. But boy, did God have a gotcha moment for me. Did he ever? Good God. Can't even believe it. I'm up here defending white fathers from liberal white daughters marrying their girlfriends and trying to convince their fathers that they're not white. Get y'all fives up. Yeah, I'm a $5 five. Look at that roll of fives, boy. Ain't a single in there. Ain't a single ball. Look at this. Look, you thought it was? It ain't. Yeah, ain't a single to be found in this boy. Five. Ain't a single in sight. Ain't a single boom. Valet. DoorDash. See that? Uber Eats. Uber to the game. Five, boy. Tell me I ain't got my money up. You got a $2 stack? Hey, listen, we got to get in where we fit in. It's hard out here for a pimp. Hard out here for a pimp. I took all of the fives out the bank. Facts. I keep me a stack of fives. Anywhere I go, I'm $5 up. $5 up. Car wash. One got me a car wash today. 5. Boom. 5. Boom. Got me the ultimate. Then he said, what you tipping? 5. Boom. Like you remember how Puffy was sitting on the sideline like, what is this dollar in here? When he was counting the hundreds, that's how I do with my fives, boy. I actually got a couple 20s in here too. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, 20s on deck. Ooh, I found 100. 20s on deck though. 20. Up, we going to fives. All right, forget it. I got my fives on deck though. This is my out of town money. I got like $400 or $500 in fives or something like that. If I had to guess. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. You got to get in where you fit in, bro. Got to get in where you fit in. They all fives except for a few 20s and one 100. I'm going to the bank in a minute to go put that 100 in there. I didn't even know that was there. I got lucky. I got my SEC and CSSP working remote in Brazil. About to retire from the federal government. Hey, man, you living a life, bro. With STEM, pay you start from 150 to 200, private industry up to 300 grand. If you're good, no degree needed. Don't tell them that. Yo, it's Eric TV says his boyfriend is in prison. I believe that. Mr. D to the Z says, my brother and I just paid off our business investor and all credit cards. One of the best days of my life. God is great. Thank you for the wisdom, AD. # bag chasing. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Kaylin Evans says, AD, keep helping them white fathers. We need them to hold it down till we get the black family back on track. Real talk. Oh, that's real. That's some real. We love our snow hairs. Shout out to KS Slarm. We appreciate you also. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat. What we talking about? Y'all want to go to New Orleans or y'all want to go over to Trump? Feeling like I'm stacking, dog. I don't know. You know what? This is bad habits. It's something about having a stack of money. It don't matter if it's ones. It don't matter if it's fives. It don't matter if it's 20s. It's something how it feel. I don't know how it's like a psychological thing to money of how they make it feel. It feels good to mess with money. Again, it don't matter if it's ones, twos, fives, 10s, 15, 20, 25, 30. It feel good to handle money. I don't know what it is. And ever since I was younger, it don't matter how much money I make. It don't matter what my deposits are. Having a stack of money feel good. It could be $200, two 100 stack of ones. You like, man, look how fat my pocket is though. It feel good. It do. And then you could throw the rubber band. I'm so used to it. Yep. I just, you just hit it. And you bop it in. And you got your stack. It does. It feels more real. All of this digital money is just, that junk is weird, bro. I think it is psychological. I think that they've engineered money, the paper of money, to feel a certain way so that it like does something to your brain, man. Facts, Mika. I don't know why I feel like that. Why does money feel like that? Is that an engineering thing? I could transfer somebody $1,000, or I can give them 520s. Their excitement and their reaction to it with the 20s will be more than the 1,000. As crazy as that sounds. I don't know what that is though. It's all the cocaine on the money. I feel that. I believe you too. No, it's the paper that it's printed on. I think so, but I think that they select the paper a certain way. It feels the same with the hundreds. The fives, honestly, the fives feel the same as the hundreds, bro. It feels the exact same. It does not feel any different. Maybe want to get a stack of fives from the bank. I don't think they did that way to distinguish it from the counterfeit. I think they did it that way to make it feel a certain way in your hands. That way, when you're throwing it on the strippers, I don't know. It does. It feels different. It just feels different. It's like when you write with this, honestly, like when you write with this versus writing on a piece of paper with a pen, with a regular pen, like you don't do this. When you get the Apple Pencil, it's not the same as this. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that pen and then it come out, no matter how much they try to duplicate how you write with the Apple Pencil, and this feels great. It's like, this ain't the same as this. This feels different when I write with it than this. It's just different, bro. It's a different experience. I don't know how you can duplicate it. Both cars electric cars are faster than gas cars, but when you turn that gas vehicle on and it go, and that, it's different, bro. It's different. I'll take a slightly slower car, but that is more inconvenient to stop at the gas station. All of that, right? Is more inconvenient than all of that. But getting in that gas car, feeling that heat, and you want a freeway, and then you get that, it's the same, bro. It's the same. It's different. It is so different, man. So I don't know. It's different. It's just the way that humans, our hands was made with the grooves in them and stuff to experience life differently. You know what I'm saying? That flat plane 6 or that Hemi V8 ain't the same, bro. It's not the same. Turbocharger is much different than a supercharger. Because I'm a little kid at heart. Anton, what Fleece Johnson been up to? Fucking on your mama, hopefully. I don't know. You should go and reach out to him. Have him talk to him. I like me a Leonard. Like me a Leonard. The Leonard, boy. Because when I was locked up, I had me a man named Leonard. You know, he talk like he ain't got no teeth. Man. That's what you get thinking that you was trying to be funny. You're not that funny. It's my show, not your show. This is called The Millionaire Morning Show with Anton Daniels. It's a reason why they come in and watch me. They didn't tune in to see you, my nigga. All right? All right, y'all. Y'all ready to come on? Y'all ready to get on with the show? I know that New Orleans got a new mayor, right? Yep. New Orleans got a new mayor. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications.
Breaking news as Mayor-elect Helena Moreno announces that layoffs are looming and furloughs are now going to be in place for New Orleans city workers. That's going to be on the way. This comes as we learned today that the city is facing a $222 million budget gap for next year when you compare the money coming in versus the dollars being spent. And some departments are also going to see some shakeups with certain programs being eliminated altogether. WDSU investigative reporter Cassie Sherm is live for us with the major changes on the way. Cassie.
That's right, Randy. So Helena Moreno says the city of New Orleans is being pushed into furloughs as well as layoffs after years of mismanagement in what she says with the current administration, the Cantrell administration, saying that these cuts are going to go even deeper. And today we now are getting to see a closer look at that plan. So in a press conference today, the mayor-elect said the city is facing a deficit of more than $160 million. And without major changes next year, New Orleans could spend far more than that than what it brings in, pushing the city into a deficit of more than $200 million. Her plan calls for furloughs for 724 non-public safety employees, layoffs for 62 probationary workers, as well as cutting 36 unclassified positions in the mayor's office. She's also freezing most vacant jobs and realigning several departments to reduce costs.
That includes also the mayor's office, including the mayor, the CAO's office, pretty much anything that isn't public safety or you are, and we may have some furloughs within, like, let's say Department of Public Works, but they would be like a grant administrator or something like that.
Is she she's a Democrat, Helena Moreno. Huh.
First, congratulations to you. I know this has been overwhelming. I know this was a very tough race, but you've been planning for this the first 100 days. What can we expect from you?
Well, really, I'm actually going to start now, like immediately, because I now have an additional month really to start working through transition. And then remember, I'm currently on the city council where I'll be working through the budget now with this current council to start shaping things really the way that I may want them to look when I take office in January. But really within my first 100 days, what you'll see from my administration is zeroing in, focusing in on our city services, making sure that we finally get a street maintenance program going, our street lights stay on, our traffic lights, and also, of course, really revamping our very troubled city departments like safety and permits. That work really has to start immediately.
There was a lot of, you talked about how you want to be a mayor for all people, even those who did not support you or did not vote for you. You got big cheers when talking about some neighborhoods that you'd like to see some reinvestment in. How much work is that going to take to earn the trust of those who maybe didn't?
Somebody says, if anybody is in the chat that want to come up and give me some insight, because I haven't done any research on her. Somebody says, I'm going to be real with you, Bull City 0615. As a New Orleans native, Helena sounds like the next natural disaster to hit the city. Goddamn. What do you mean? What do you mean? Tell me why. If anybody wants to tell me why they don't like her, because again, I'm not going to throw her under the bus because I don't know anything about her. You don't have to be on camera if you want to come up. If anybody tell me why you don't like her or why you think that she will be the next problematic mayor. Azriel says rampant corruption. Mika says corruption. But what makes y'all think that she's corrupt? Why do y'all say that she's corrupt though?
Support you or where you might see big challenges.
And ultimately, I hope that my work that I put forth as mayor ultimately will say, you know what, maybe I was wrong about Helena, but ultimately I'm mayor for the entire city now, for all people here, whether they supported me or not. And I plan on, working nonstop for anyone, whether they supported me or they didn't.
Well, you talked about the budget, obviously still sitting on the city council. This budget is going to tee up for you when you take over with mayorship. Anything on this budget that is concerning to you currently with city council?
I mean, first and foremost, we really need to understand, as I've said before, what is our real budget shortfall. And that's why I brought in the state legislative auditor, Mike Wagasback, to come in and give us that third party look to see where we're really at. And then once we have that real assessment, we can all work collaboratively to try to deal with that issue. But one of the concerns that I have with the budget is that we outsource so much. A lot of contractor, consultant work, things that we could be doing in-house. So how can we start reshaping the budget that way? And also, I'll probably be, I will be reorganizing the government, the city government a little bit differently than what this mayor has done. And I think that'll create some.
How do you plan to do so?
So, for example, I think that there are some city departments that, for example, are not the main priorities for the people of this city, that potentially we could ensure that economic development is boosted and DPW is boosted, but then maybe some others that haven't been producing the results that we need, maybe those we scale back a little bit. So really, my priorities in my administration are going to be the people's priorities. Their top priorities is what I need to reshape kind of our budget and city government around.
I don't hear anything. Now, no, she does have ideas. I don't see anything that's wrong with her. Everything that she's saying that she would do is exactly what I would do. She said, listen, we're going to scale back on everything but safety, public safety. And she's going to focus more on scaling back what is she supposed to do? Of course she's supposed to talk. She's supposed to talk. That's what you campaign on. you campaign on what you want the city government to be. And she said that basically she wants to scale back on government agencies outsourcing, doing a lot of outsourcing that they can bring in-house, which you can then control and find out exactly whether or not they were productive. She also said that she want to scale back a lot of government agencies or a lot of government parts of the government within New Orleans that may not be income producing, and she wants to work more on boosting revenue by getting more businesses inside of New Orleans while scaling back on other parts of the city government that's not actually doing anything or not producing anything. That's what I would do. Smaller government, except for public safety, and spending more money and more resources on getting more businesses inside of New Orleans. I'm trying to figure what are y'all saying is wrong with her? I figured it out. She's definitely a Democrat endorsed by Kamala Harris. But you're not saying anything that's wrong with her plans. You're not saying anything. Listen. I'm a conservative. I'm a Republican. I'm a businessman. Everything that she's saying is right on target with what every other conservative Republican government official is advocating that they do. So I'm still trying to figure out, what do y'all have a problem with? Y'all not saying nothing that y'all don't like her because Kamala Harris endorsed her. Y'all don't like her because of corruption in New Orleans. What does that have to do with her? I don't see anything wrong with her so far. As far as I know, as much as I know about her, which is literally nothing, and me learning about her in real time and hearing what her plans are, when you hear about a Zoran Mamdani and he wants city-owned grocery stores and to freeze the rent and to charge more in taxes and all of this other stuff, I'm against all of that. Everything that she's doing is conservative talking points. It almost is like she's a conservative running as a Democrat. I don't see nothing wrong with her.
My last question for you is that you are sworn in 3 months from tomorrow. What does tomorrow look like for you, and what does the next 3 months look like for you?
Sure. So tomorrow, as you can imagine, up early to start thanking, different groups and going to different churches to thank everyone. And then immediately right after that, I start putting together my transition team. So that's
Mike Duggan here in Detroit. People wonder why we had 11 consecutive quarters and we was able to turn around the city in Detroit. And we're literally the largest city that is not operating at a budget deficit that's liberal, technically, because Mike Duggan ran as a Democrat. Mike Duggan is now running as an independent for governor of Michigan, which is why we had the election where Mary Sheffield wound up becoming mayor of Detroit, right? Mike Duggan, in my opinion, as a business executive that come from the hospital sector, Mike Duggan was really a Republican, in my opinion, but he ran as a Democrat, and you can tell by his policies and you can tell by the way that he ran the city. I think that Mike Duggan did an incredible job turning around the city of Detroit. He worked really well with the business leaders, and he was a huge advocate for the business sector, and he never included all of this diversity, equity, and inclusion nonsense in the same way that a lot of these other mayors and all of these other liberal cities did. So when you think, when people ask me and they say, well, Anton, do you love and do you rock with Mike Duggan? Because he was literally a Democrat in Detroit, but in my opinion, he was really a Republican, and now he's running as an independent for the governor of Michigan. I absolutely loved him, and that's why we had 11 consecutive years of a budget surplus. I'm still trying to understand it. All right, Lyric, you up.
What's going on, AD?
What's going on, my friend? What's the word? Why
Not
don't
much, man.
you like the New Orleans mayor?
It's not the so this is the thing. It's not the fact I don't like her because I've kind of been doing some research on her, and she's been a council member for a long time,
Okay.
as far as I know. The problem with a lot of people in that state, in that city alone, is more than likely they don't like her because she's not from there. She was never born and raised in that city.
Okay.
She relocated to that city, but they were more than likely trying to roll with the other candidate. What's his name? Royce. They were rolling with Royce. That was their slogan. I think
Okay.
they more than likely kind of like don't like her because low key, most of them are like literally racist in a sense. They don't like her because she's from a different
What don't
country.
they like about her?
That's the thing I've been trying to figure out for the most because everybody that I know, everybody that I've been talking to, from family members, relatives, they don't like her. They never gave me a honest clue as to why. Like as much as I've been trying to talk to people, I've been talking to my cousin, I talked to my uncle. Like they have a huge gripe against her. Now, from what
What
I've
do they
seen
say?
so
What do
far,
they say that they don't like about her?
that's the problem. I have never been able to figure that out. I've been trying to figure that out since this election has been going on. I have been doing heavily research. Everybody was not rolling with her. They was rolling with this guy named Royce, who was actually born and raised in Louisiana.
But what made him any better? Can you hear me? What made him any better?
Honestly, he was no better, and I'm happy she actually won. They don't trust her. They just don't trust her. It's I don't know why. I don't know if it's a racist something. And I might
You breaking up, bro. All right, sorry, Lyric. You broke up, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta let you go. I'm still baffled. I can't cap. I'm still baffled on why y'all don't like her.
of Public Works, but they would be like a grant administrator or something like that.
Now, police, fire, 911, EMS, and sanitation will not be impacted by the furloughs or be losing any of its employees. But we will be hearing more about this and whether it's going to be pushed forward by December 1st when the council will take this up. So we'll be following this closely. Reporting here in New Orleans, I'm Cassie Sherm. Back to you.
And Cassie, as you alluded to, there was a lingering question of how we got there. Where was the oversight? And is a deeper investigation underway? Council members put the blame on Mayor LaToya Cantrell's administration, saying that her fiscal managers painted a much different picture of what was going on this year than what we're looking at right now. Council President J.P. Morrell says there was a major debate between the CAO and the CFO over the state of the city earlier this year, and that the council was misled by both departments. He said more should have been done to sound the alarm sooner.
I think the challenge is that you cannot say on one hand you were Chicken Little and then be quiet the whole time. If you truly believe, and I would hope in any administration, if you are the whistleblower who knows that the emperor has no clothes, but you don't tell anyone else the emperor has no clothes, you're part of the problem.
Morrell said despite promises that adjustments were being made to address overtime and deficiencies back in March, nothing was done until September.
I'm still confused why y'all don't like her. I don't understand it. I think that everything that she said that she's doing is exactly what I would do. I wouldn't do it no different. I would lower the budget. I wouldn't raise taxes. I would go through each and every department and do an audit. I would be trying to figure out how we can build a better relationship with the business community to bring in more revenue. And I would get rid of inefficiencies and I would manage the budget based off of what we bring in from a revenue perspective. Mika, what do you want to bet me? What you betting me about? What Mika want to bet me about? You want to bet me $100 about what? What you want to bet $100 about, Mika? Y'all said she's full of it like all politicians. I don't know what that means. What are you talking about? Everybody got a campaign. Everybody got to give a... Even Trump. Trump has to say, okay, this is what I plan on doing. This is what I anticipate doing. This is my plan for the United States of America. What are you talking about? Mika, what you betting $100 about? What you want to bet me $100 about? What is Mika talking about? Let me see what's happening out here. I think y'all being mean. Y'all just being mean to her. Call Mika on speakerphone.
What?
Why are you being mean to this woman?
I'm not being mean to her.
Why don't you like the New Orleans mayor?
I don't like her because she's just okay. All right. So she's saying one thing, right? Because it sounds good, and there's a lot of Republican voters down there. But the other thing is that she's friends with, what is that Mexican president's name?
Claudia Sheinbaum.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The lady that's not Mexican. Yeah. She's friends with her. Okay. And we already know Sheinbaum, whatever her dad's name is. She's intertwined with the cartels. And so is this lady. She's pro illegal immigration. Okay. The stuff that she's talking about trying to change is not for the betterment of the people that are actually in New Orleans. And when, Black people like to talk about gentrification, but it's not even going to be towards white people. It's going to be towards illegal immigrants. They have a whole little plan that they're trying to do down there.
Down there in New Orleans? What do you mean?
In Louisiana, period. A lot of the Democrats, they're trying to change the demographics. They're trying to do it in Shreveport. They're trying to do it in New Orleans. Like there's a lot with that lady.
Mika, you're being mean.
I can sit here and run them down here.
You're being mean, Mika.
I'm not being mean. That's what she does. That's what she said out of her own mouth. Okay, on to
But
I was gonna say something mean.
why? I'm just asking questions.
But go ahead. See if she cracks down. See if she doesn't spend New Orleans money on illegal immigration and letting them in there. And who she's going? She's liking herself with the same plan as Brandon Johnson to kind of try to fix the city's budget.
No, she said she wasn't. She said she didn't say nothing about raising taxes, Mika.
You going by that one thing you just played, right?
That's all I got to go off of.
No, it's plenty of stuff you got to go off of.
That's all I got to go off of based off of this report.
Now, as I send stuff to your phone all the time, I can flood your phone.
Yeah, but you haven't sent nothing to my phone about this.
Yeah, I said, do you want me to? Because I can send it to you. I definitely could. I just haven't. Because I don't live down there, so I really don't care. But I'm just saying, that lady is a whole...
Mika, you went out.
I said, that lady's a whole fraud.
Well, let's give her a chance. Mika, you there?
Give her a chance to do what?
Let's give her a chance to see if she can fix New Orleans.
Okay, so let the people of New Orleans give her a chance, and then we'll see what she has. I guarantee you in 1 year, y'all gonna regret it.
All Democrats are not bad, Mika. Agree.
All Democrats are not bad. All Democrats are bad for the economy.
No, that's not true, Mika.
Every last one of them is bad for the economy. I live in Maryland.
Mika, Mayor Mike Duggan in Detroit was good for our economy. He was a Democrat. He's running as an independent now, but he was a Democrat.
Yeah, but you're talking about 1 in a million. Okay, I live in the state of Maryland where every delegate, every person is a Democrat. We literally only have one representative seat that's a Republican, and they're getting ready to gerrymander that. And the economy is the worst here.
I like John Fetterman. I like John Fetterman.
You don't like John Fetterman. You just like what John Fetterman says about certain things.
I think that he's pretty. I think that he's pretty not biased. I think he harkens back to the '90s Democrats, which is kind of aligned with. He's a moderate Democrat that harken back to the '90s, which is kind of aligned with how Republicans are today. Republicans aren't as extreme as other people make them out to be. I think that Republicans more or less are similar to '90s Democrats. You know what I'm saying?
John Fetterman has common sense. However, if you look at some of his policies, they align with how the liberals like to do fiscally anyway today. Socially, he doesn't seem to be too far to the left. However, fiscally, he's right on par with the rest of them. And that's where I kind of have to go to the left.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
That's why I said go ahead and bet me $100. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to this episode. Please mark this episode your car. Take notes. Mark this episode, and then we'll come back to it. Because I just like the little white lady you just had. All y'all gave me stink face when I told you should stay at home. Ladies should stay
What
at
white
home.
lady?
They was like the white lady that said she left and went to be something else, a liberal and gay. I said, ladies, stay at home. No, that's dusty.
If she winds up being bad for New Orleans, I'll give you $100. Fair?
You said she winds up being bad for New Orleans. What?
I give you the $100.
Well, it will have grown in interest by then.
Okay, what would it be? But we don't know. What do you mean?
Well, you got to factor in inflation, and then
Interest should not be that much. Interest should not be that much. So what if she mess up? What do I have to give you? How much do I have to give you?
We're gonna have to do $100 for the initial bet, and then about a 7.5 interest rate on top of a fee for stress.
Stress fee. All right, I'm with it. So, all right, here's the real question. What do I get if I win?
What you want?
I'm going to talk to you later. I'm going to call you back later. Oh my gosh. That was a fun conversation. Gotta bring my girl Meek in on the conversations. Anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of these super chats and see what y'all got to say out in these streets. Brian the filmmaker says, me and my boys planning a trip to Thailand, but my pops is convinced we going for box. Your father is a smart man. My people never can see beyond Cleveland and never want to travel. Well, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Brian. I'm gonna be honest with you, Brian. I kind of think that you and your friends is going for box too. Brian, why are you and your homeboys going to Thailand? You can go anywhere in the world, but y'all taking a guy's trip to Thailand? Yes, it sounds like a box trip.
Y'all jumping right into the exact stereotype. Bunch of your homeboys going to Thailand together. No, we not going for box. Sounds like box to me. If I was your father, if you came to me, like, yo, Tom, yo, you my mentor, man. Yeah, me and my mans and them, we about to go over to Thailand. For what? You and your homeboys are going to Thailand? It's a whole globe. Y'all can go to Hawaii. You can go to Mexico City. You can go to Tokyo. You can go to Brazil. You can go to Singapore. Y'all can go anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And y'all just so happen to go to Thailand? I would be like, yeah, that niggas is going for pussy. Y'all going for box. That's what I would think. Your father is right. Father is not crazy. That's what I would think too. If my mom date Fleece Johnson, I'm disowning her. Shout out to brother. Lyric says, my bad, AD. On the road, but I agree with Mika. They're trying to replace the citizens and their vote. That's fair. That's fair. Hardcore News says Mika is right, Anton. Hispanics advocate for their own always. LA City Council and San Diego City Council Hispanics were same way. SD City Council Hispanics were the same way. Changing the voting demographics and get rid of black voting power. She is Mexican. La Raza, LA Raza is the guy. I don't know what y'all talking about, honestly. I don't know nothing about her. I got to do my research on her. I think y'all should stay away from Thailand, bro. I think you should stay away from Thailand unless you going with a chick, unless you going with a woman or something like that. Honestly, it just don't look good. Like, I wouldn't go and visit Sasua. I don't believe in going to pay for box. I don't believe in going to chase box overseas. If I was interested in just seeing the landscape and whatever, because I've never been to Sasua, I still wouldn't go. You know why? Because it just got a bad reputation. And so you don't let your good be evil spoken of. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it just doesn't make sense. Nah, Anton, he going there for the food and the culture. Oh my God. Yes, bro. You can't go to as a respectable man dipping out with your homeboys. You can't go to Lady Boy Central. It just is what it is. It's just the way that the game go. I'm sorry. I didn't make the rules of the game. That's the rules of the game. You can go anywhere you want. But if you say, yeah, man, me and my homeboys went to Thailand, I'm assuming that either y'all was over there chasing box and you was over there also chasing mystery box, and you might have got a mystery box with a penis in it. If somebody, listen, this don't have nothing to do with you, Brian, the filmmaker. If somebody tells me that they went to Thailand on a trip with their boys, I'm assuming that they either A, they got to pay for box, or B, that they gay. And it's specifically because you're going with your boys. Now, if you went with your girl or you went with a chick or something like that, I would be like, you know what? They probably just never been to Thailand before, whatever. I'm assuming that you're trying to get some dick, that you want some mystery dick. Personally, that's me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because people have ruined the whole idea of what travel looks like. We have a whole country, world, different places to go to. And AD, why do you call them lady boys instead of vice versa? Because they look like girls, but you probably got a 50-50 chance of getting you some boy butt. Seriously. It's just what it is, bro. And when you go over there, it's going to be a bunch of white men, a bunch of black men, a bunch of all men from all parts of the globe, because sex tourism is a thing in Thailand. People don't go to Thailand and Yeah, they do. They call them lady boys. They call them lady boys in Thailand. That's just the way that it is. Again, I did not make the rules. That's just the way that it is. Lady boys. Let me mess up my algorithm.
We're in Bangkok, the capital of Thailand. This morning, in a downtown photo studio, a leading brand of slimming tea is preparing its new advertising campaign. The brand's new emblem is the 25-year-old supermodel, Poi Trichata.
Hold it higher.
Poi started her career 7 years ago. Today, she is one of Thailand's most famous models.
She's a professional. She knows the most flattering camera angles, and that really helps us for the shoot.
I take great care with my appearance. I can represent any kind of product.
48 kilograms for 1.71 m and dream measurements of 84, 60, 90. Here she is, a little boy.
See? See? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
She was a man. Here she is, a little boy. That was before she decided to undergo sex reassignment surgery.
I have no explanation for this. I grew up with a girl's heart in a boy's body.
That's what y'all going to get. The top model in Bangkok, Thailand is a boy. Do you know what they call Thailand? King of the Lady Boys. That's what they call it. King of the Lady Boys. You don't know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates. That you don't know what that is. You ain't no way in the world you can tell that used to be that was born a boy.
Man's body. The Thais use this term to designate both trans.
Everyone is free to do what they want.
Poi is what we call a katoi here. A woman born by mistake in a man's body. The Thais use this term to designate both transsexuals who have undergone surgery, like her, and transvestites. For Western tourists, katoi are often reduced.
See you and your friends? Do you see you and your friends? But here's the thing, everybody got a camera now. So when people go and visit this crazy third world looking-ish country, it's going to be you, him, Epstein, and all of their friends is going to be there.
To this image.
Look at them big old...
That of the lady boys, the men-women who prostitute themselves in the red light districts of the big cities. It's even one of the cliches of sex tourism. But this is only a very marginal aspect of what katoi are really like in the country.
See, look at them old white men. Look at these old white men.
Are really like in the country.
What are they doing there? What are they doing there? Do you think that these guys are there because they just want to go and see the surf side in Thailand? You think these guys are there because they're hanging out, trying to figure out where they can make their next business move? No, they're there because they are looking for a little bit of both. They want to take a chance. They want a mystery box. Here in the United States of America, for the most part, Here in the United States of America, for the most part, you get what's advertised on the box. You can get Wheaties, you can get Raisin Bran, Frosted Flakes, Fruity Pebbles, Apple Jacks, Honeycombs, all of that. You can even get the knockoff versions. But over in Thailand, they have no description on the box. It's just cereal. It's just cereal. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know if you're getting Raisin Bran. You don't know if you're getting Wheaties. You don't know if you're getting King Vitamin. You're going to get a mystery. That man right there with no undershirt on, sweating, both the young one and the old one are trying to get a mystery box. They're scoping out the scene. They're trying to figure out, do I want something a little bit more rough and rugged, or do I want something that's a little less rough and rugged? Brian, the filmmaker, you still want to go? You still want to go? The women over in Thailand, the ones in America is trying to be like over in Thailand, because leave it to the people in America, leave it, Tim Walt sighting. leave it to America. We would be just like Thailand. The women would be outnumbered by the men trying to be like women. You're right, AD. I used to teach English in Chiang Mai, and this is 100% true. You get a mystery box. You don't know what's in it. Think about the mystery box, and this is how interesting the mystery box is over there. You can get possibly a girl, or you can get a former boy that has gender reassignment surgery that projects itself like a girl. Or you can get a woman, one that looks like a woman, but still got all of its parts and identify itself as a lady boy. Or you can get all three. And chances are you get a package to take home with you, to bring home to your future wife and girlfriend. Well, Anton, tell them what you've won. HIV and herpes. Because see, when you get all three, let me tell you what's going to happen, Brian, the filmmaker. And this is why your father is so disappointed in your decisions. Because imagine this. You got a girl, you got something that looked like a girl skeeting in your navel. No father wants to think about his son getting skeeted on. No father wants to think about his son with what looks like a girl making you take the whole load. Do you want your father? Do you want your father to think that you got Thai stuff in your navel? You don't want your father to think that you got Thai stuff in your navel, bro. You don't want that. Honestly, it's Friday. I have to be absolutely honest. That's not right. That's not right. No, some of them do have one. Some of them do have one. Okay? So all I'm saying is, this sound crazy. If you come in here and you say, yo, Tom, me and my boys, yeah, man, we just went to Thailand, man. We had the best time of our life. Everybody else gonna be in there like this. Can't even tell your own dad that you went to Thailand no more. Brian, don't leave. Stick around. Stick around. You asked the question. Brian, you asked the question. Don't leave now. Don't leave now. I want to make sure that I'm pressing upon you what the expectation is. All right? Okay? You don't want that, bro. You don't want that. They want that Thai cream. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. I'm gonna have that real talk with you. Uncle Anton ain't gonna let you embarrass your father out there. Hyun Lo Lee says, nah, Anton, he going over there for the food and the culture. Boy, if you don't get your butt down here, all right, you want AD sent a message to the group chat. We not going, but I promise you we wasn't going for no bussy. We just travel the world. But here's the thing though, Bryant. In the back of everybody's mind, even though they don't mention it, this is how guys are. We all know what happened. Sometimes we just don't say nothing. So in the back of everybody's mind, when whoever suggested, hey man, we should just go for the Thailand. We should go to hang out in Thailand. The first thing that came to everybody's mind, even though they didn't mention it in the group chat, was, yeah, it's some badussi down there. It's some boy box. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that none of y'all actually discussed this, but all of us, including myself in the chat, had to bring this up, y'all know. So you telling me in your group chat nobody was concerned whatsoever about the optics of going to Thailand and giving up that and going to get some lady boys? Come on, fam. Somebody had to bring that up. If nobody brought that up, then everybody is wrong. And y'all need to cancel that trip immediately. If nobody brought it up, hey man, what do y'all think about what's going to look like if we take pictures and the optics of that? Is that going to look good on us? We can't really put that on our Instagram. Hey man, is one of y'all gay? Is any of y'all curious? Because man, you know it's a lot of lady boys out there. I ain't really trying to get caught up. If nobody had this discussion, then everybody is culpable because y'all not friends. Anton, you don't even know the facts. One aim Jesus. Family. What are you talking about? The facts about what? The facts about going to Thailand? What do you mean I don't know the facts? What facts don't I know? I don't know the facts that that's the king of lady boys. That's the lady boy capital. What don't I know the facts about? Listen, you're going to do whatever you want to do. I'm not trying to stop you. I'm just saying that if you ask me a question via Super Chat, I'm going to tell you the truth. Make sure you guys hit a like about the algorithm, subscribe to the chat. Nah, we talked about it. We ain't going for that. So only me and your father was the only ones that told you to do it differently? Vaughn says, 80, maybe he needs to watch Hangover Part 2. Man, listen. Stay out of Thailand. For all of the bag chasers, Thailand is off limits to you, okay? Jorge, calm down. Pipe down, doggy. Jorge, stop. I know listen. Towards the end of the year, for whatever reason, we just get this searing case of boxelitis. Calm down. Come on, y'all. Let's have some dick discipline. Niggas is losing their mind. Hey, Mika, hey. Hey, man, y'all want to go to Thailand? Everything that y'all doing, everything that we talking about right now, all got to do with boxelitis. Come on, y'all. Let's get it together. We got to stay focused, my brothers. We got to stay focused, my brothers. All right? Good gosh. Niggas is in heat. He's just waking up on crash out mode. Anton the box police. No, I'm trying to keep my brothers focused. Trying to keep them focused. All right, so we got to move on, Fly Girl Candy. Got to move on. Trump is talking about stopping stopping third world migration. Have y'all heard about that? Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get into it, y'all.
We begin this hour with the latest on that National Guard ambush we witnessed in Washington, D.C. One of the two wounded soldiers from West Virginia, you see her here, 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom, died Thursday, just one day after she was shot outside a busy metro station right next to the White House. The other National Guard member, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, is still in critical condition right now.
The suspected gunman, Rahmullah Lakhanwal, is an Afghan citizen who came to the United States in 2021 after the U.S. withdrew its troops from Afghanistan. That's according to DHS officials. The attack led President Trump in a late-night post on Truth Social to threaten, quote, permanently pause migration from all third world countries and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States. We've asked the White House to clarify this. CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya Gavaz is here with us. Camilo, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
So the Trump administration is ordering a review of all Biden-era approved asylum cases. It also says it will examine all green cards issued to people from certain countries. So let's talk about first what the procedures that we have in place now to vet these individuals and what could potentially change. I mean, aren't we already doing the vetting required?
Yes, that is supposed to occur. And just to level set, guys, this individual, the suspect in this case, arrived in September of 2021 and was paroled into the country. That is the legal mechanism that the Biden administration used on humanitarian grounds to admit more than 70,000 Afghans following the Taliban takeover. And they
Imagine having blood on your hands from allowing somebody that was not supposed to be, imagine allowing somebody in here that might not have supposed to have been here, and that person wind up killing a National Guardsman, specifically a woman, a female. A female. You let in somebody, and that same somebody, which I'm pretty sure that Biden don't even know what the fuck is going on right now. He over here eating ice cream, taking random flights all over the country. Don't know his left from his right. I seen a video where he popped up at a restaurant and he was moving so fucking slow. I said, what is going on, bro? And to think we might have had him as the president of the United States of America, the possibility could have been. Imagine you let in somebody who was not supposed to be here, right? And that same somebody goes and kills a female National Guards person. We should have been vetting these people more effectively a long time ago.
were supposed to undergo some degree of vetting in third countries, mainly Germany, Spain, Italy, the UAE, and Qatar, in military bases there before being resettled in the U.S. But there are two major limitations when it comes to vetting. The first one is that many countries, including Afghanistan, do not share or do not have access to criminal databases, documents, and other information that the U.S. requires to properly screen and vet immigrants from those countries. So that will inherently limit some of the vetting process. Secondly, vetting is a snapshot in time, meaning that individuals can pass security checks and avoid any red flags, but subsequently can become radicalized or disturbed, as it appears happened in this case, and that will always be a possibility, guys.
And there's still a lot this just
part of the vetting process when people come over here in the United States of America, in my opinion, it never should be a one-time thing. You should have to go through, and we should reassess your engagement and then also your history and your background while you're here in America. That should be required for all people for at least 5 to 10 years while they're here, until you prove yourself worthy of being here in the United States of America from a background perspective. So let's say, for example, this quote unquote background snapshot in time allows you to get here. Well, we're gonna watch you while you're here, and if any of the stereotyping proposed red flags show itself, then we got to go ahead and get you up out of here. We got to get you up out of here, baby girl.
It's happened Wednesday. So there's so much we don't know about who he was, how he was radicalized, and how that might help prevent future incidents, right?
Correct. And it is really important to note that while this individual was allowed into the country by the Biden administration, as the president has rightly noted, he was granted asylum earlier this year under the second Trump administration, meaning that there were several opportunities for the U.S. government to actually rescreen this individual. And it is possible that no discernible red flags were raised and detected, and this individual was able to bypass that process and obviously commit this horrendous attack in New York City. And
this is so bad. This is so bad.
The suspected DC shooter, Ramanullah Zakhawal, was part of a Zero unit in Afghanistan, elite militias backed by the CIA. So let's take a closer look about what we know about these groups. First, these Zero units that were recruited by the CIA that are operating for specific elite counterterrorism units and missions come in this southern Afghanistan area, Kandahar being some of the fiercest fighting, Helmand province, Uruzgan. This is where Lochinwall is not only born and raised, but this is where he was stationed. His unit was out of the Kandahar region. Now let's talk about Lochinwall's vetting process. He did get some vetting. We had biometric screening, CIA did, biographic checks on interagency watch lists. The CIA looked to see if he had connections to any terrorist groups, and he had in-person interviews. So there was some vetting, but let's talk about his actual unit. He was assigned to NDS-03. That's a National Directorate of Security, which is Afghanistan's CIA, if you will, intelligence service. He was working for that when he was recruited and trained by the CIA to fight against the Taliban. But these units were operating outside the chain of command of U.S. and Afghan forces. That's significant. That suggests he may have seen some significant fighting and missions, because these Zero units are known for their brutality. Some called them death squads. Let's bring in now Laura Burns, head of terrorism research program on extremism at George Washington University and former FBI supervisory special agent. Laura, we're learning a lot more about Lochinwall and the fact that he's part of this Zero unit, but yet we're also looking into how he makes it across the country to carry out this ambush. What are your thoughts this morning?
Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. I appreciate it. Yes, this Mr. Lochinwall's pathway from Washington to D.C., it raises some interesting questions, right? Questions like, was Mr. Lochinwall already radicalized before he migrated to the United States? Did he come here with the intent to commit an act of terrorism when he found the opportunity? Or rather, did he migrate here with good intentions and for some reason become disaffected with society?
No, dog should have never been here, bro. He should have never been here. Why is he here? So basically, we just letting any and everybody come into the United States of America and do what they want to do when they want to do it. And then the results and somebody dying, a National Guards person dying, and he literally drove all the way across the country over to Washington, D.C. This is insane. This is insane. Why is this? Okay, so here's my question. If him with his background was able to be vetted and to come into the United States of America and to be able to just move around as he saw fit, if he didn't catch a red flag to say, hey man, nah, bro, you crazy, you got a dark background, you can't be here inside of the United States of America. If he don't fit the narrative and the criteria, then who fits it? Good God.
Here with good intentions, and for some reason become
wouldn't let that dude inside of my house.
Fail to
do
assimilate
no work.
And then self-radicalize and then decide to mobilize with a target of opportunity. I think that as the investigation proceeds, FBI Director Kash Patel has said that they are looking at this as an act of terrorism, that facts will become available and help us determine exactly what his radicalization process was.
You know, Laura, FBI Director Kash Patel talked a little bit about Lochinwall's relationship with Afghanistan partner forces. Listen here.
There is confirmation now that the subject had a relationship in Afghanistan with partner forces. This individual is in this country for one reason and one reason alone, because of the disastrous withdrawal from the Biden administration and the failure to vet anyway, in any way, shape, or form, this individual and countless others. And this administration has taken the rightful step to stop any further allowance of people with this similar background into the country.
So, Laura, clearly Lochinwall ends up here because of his partnership with our U.S. forces, with the CIA, and it appears he did have vetting, as I just pointed out.
I think that Biden is going to go down as one of the worst presidents in the history of the United States of America, without a doubt. It can't be any different than Biden going down as one of the worst presidents of the United States of America, bro. Always and forever. One of the worst presidents of the United States of America. Biden, I'm not giving him the flag. And for my lifetime. For my lifetime, I'm not giving him the worst president in my lifetime. That still goes to George W. II. Junior, nah, bro. It's got to be Junior. It's got to be Junior. George W. and Dick Cheney. Boy, those, for me, personally, George W. and Dick Cheney is easily the worst of the worst. Easily the worst of the worst, bro. But no, Biden was not worse than Bush. Biden is not worse than Bush, bro. No way, no fucking way. Not even by a mile. No, at all. At all. At all. Bush is the worst, bro. Is the worst of the worst. His father, that's just a rotten, in my opinion, that's a rotten family. I hate flying into the Bush airport. I'm like, ugh, good God. Unreal. I just couldn't. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm not live streaming tomorrow. I'm live streaming on Sunday. All right. So we're going to be doing a live stream Millionaire Morning Show on Sunday. And we're going to do a full show on Sunday. Let's see what's happening on these streets. Dude out there in that white looking like that doctor in that movie called The Island of Dr. Moreau. Yeah, that was a good movie too. Brian, the filmmaker, says, you know what? I'm talking too much. You're right, bro. Anton, I'm so happy to see your success, says Sharice. Was around in the early years on panels, even before 100K. Happy holidays to you and Rita and the family. What up, Sharice? Sharice. Real, what up to my girl? I appreciate you, love. Real queens forever, lady boys never. Unless you're on a boys trip to Thailand. Young Money says the Trump administration got him to do what he did, so Trump can do what he is doing now. Hashtag stay woke. Y'all hate Trump so much. Since Anton knows nothing, I'm a vet. We have plenty of people who helped us in Iraq and Afghanistan over here. When all else fails, blame Obama. Listen. Let me say this. Let me say this to all of you vets. Just because you a vet don't mean you know what you're talking about. I'm a vet. No, some of y'all, let me stop. I have respect for the military. So I'm so pretty. I'm so gorgeous. I'm so pretty. They be acting like that. They hold some weight with me when they say I'm a vet. You know, I go off on anybody, right? But I'm a hold back. I'm a hold back because I'm so gorgeous. When you gorgeous, you don't feel like arguing. When I had the gray in my beard, I felt a little bit more cantankerous. But when you gorgeous, you just be like, all right, you know what? I feel you. I feel you. All right. Okay. No. You got it. You got it. Let me get back to the money. I say okay like me. All right, y'all. Listen. We back to 3-hour shows next week, and we got a couple live streams on the weekend. I'm gonna post inside of the Patreon information about our next live stream, and we're gonna get it all from there. All right. Thank you for your service. You're right. Let them have it and thank them for their service. You take one person who did something wrong and try to extrapolate. Ooh, is that a new word for you? Extrapolate. Their whole group of people is intellectually dishonest, but keep doing you. Do you, boo? Do you, boo? Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love Mika more, though. So, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.